Hi, I'm Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. I want to talk to you today about getting energized on keto. I want you to get energized. So thumbs up, you guys, thumbs up out there if you like this topic and you want to know more about how to avoid exhaustion on keto. You want to avoid exhaustion and you want to get energized. So let me know if this is an interesting topic to you by giving me a thumbs up and even letting me know in the comments, because that puts me on the right path to giving you the information that you need. I'm here to support you, you guys. This is why I do this. This is why I come on here once a week and record new videos and research new topics and get all my fun little props, because I want to help you. And I feel like this is a topic that comes up a lot. People will say to me, "Oh, I'm feeling tired. I can't figure out why." Or they're saying, "I'm feeling exhausted and I can't figure out why. I was doing fine. And then suddenly I feel tired." And then they want some help. So that's why I put this podcast together, this video together, this little presentation. So I want you to get motivated, because in today's short little time together in this episode, I'm going to share with you eight practical tips. 8 practical tips for how you can get energized on keto. So you can count along with me at home, and you'll have to let me know which one rings true for you. Should I do this? Rings true? Starting the bad jokes already. But let me know which one you think you're going to try or makes the most sense, or you're like, "Oh yeah, thanks for that reminder." Because I think that's really good to hear what resonates with different people and what tip about how to get energized and how to avoid that exhaustion. What tip is going to work the best. So let's figure out what strategy might be best for you. Ready to start? Yes. Okay, so first of all, you might see some of my little fun props over here. But first of all, I want to recommend, if you're worried about exhaustion, you're trying to fight that exhaustion, here is my first recommendation or first strategy for you. I'm putting on my glasses. Not those glasses. Oh, interesting. I've got handcuffs. Okay, I've got the police hat going on. I know, this is so cheesy. You can tune away. Look away if it's too much for you. The bad jokes. I think it's funny. Hey, come on. Eating healthy shouldn't be so complicated or boring, right? I want to make it a little bit fun, but I want to advise you, for number 1, to do a little surprise food inspection. That is going to be your first strategy for avoiding exhaustion. I'm all swinging the handcuffs. I'm the food police here, but seriously, I want you to do your own little personal investigation. So funny, I can't help but do it. Take a look at your plate, take a look what you've been eating, take a look at the portions that have been going on in your meals, right? All these things that might give you some insight into what's going on. So take a look at what you're actually eating, not what you think you're eating, because those are 2 different things, right? Look at what you're actually eating. Maybe do a surprise inspection on yourself. Maybe just, do a little portion control check. Look up some of those carb amounts. Make sure you're actually measuring and accounting for what you are actually eating. You might have more carbs, more net carbs in the food you're eating that you actually think you are. Does that happen to you? It sure does to me. I'll be like having my little yogurt bowl in the morning, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's this little tiny bowl. I'm only putting like a half cup in there. Totally, it's a half cup." You're like, okay. Now, if you're having trouble with this, or you're having some questions, or you're like, ketosis, how do I know if I'm ketosis? What are the signs of ketosis? How do I know how much food I'm eating? How much, and you're starting to swirl. Okay, stop. I want you to refer back to your copy of Extra Easy Keto. This is the 7 days to ketogenic weight loss on a low carb diet. If you have your copy of this, it's in 7 days. I'll lay it all out for you. I'll explain everything. I'll give you the whole concept, the kit and caboodle, about how ketosis works, how to get in ketosis, how to stay in ketosis, and how many net carbs are in all of the foods that you're eating, with portion sizes indicated. So many lists out there on Pinterest and whatnot. They're like, "Oh yes, this item here has 7 net carbs, yogurt." And you're like, that's not helpful. How much yogurt? Like unlimited yogurt? You need to know the exact size, the serving size, and that's what you can look for in this very thorough, helpful guide. So take a look at that. It's gonna save you, I promise. You don't want those higher carb meals or snacks, higher carbs, more than you expected, to pull you in and out of ketosis, which can cause you to be tired because you're like, I'm I'm in ketosis, I'm not, la, 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 la. And your body is just all over the place. That can be very tiring. So make sure you're referring to Extra Easy Keto for tips and help with instructions. It has the cheat sheets, even quizzes. I know, I didn't want to tell you that before, but there are quizzes and like little assignments you can do to make sure like you're right on track and you're not thinking you're on track, but off track. So I promise they're fun quizzes like you would do in a magazine. You know what I mean? Those fun ones. It just is a great way to keep you on track. So I digress. So that is number one. I want you to do that surprise inspection on yourself. Number two, let's move along. Number two, avoid intentional cheat meals. Intentional. So very different from what we were talking about before. And you're like, oh, well, I'm already having Frosted Flakes. I might as well have some candy, right? And then your body's getting all crazy and it starts craving sugar again. And then you're going up and you're going down and you're like, keto doesn't work for me. Well, hello, you just fed it a bunch of sugar. That might explain why your body is up and then down, and then your blood sugar is all over the place. That might cause that exhaustion feeling when you're trying to get back on track. So I recommend staying consistent, avoiding the higher carb foods, finding those substitutes that are going to work for you. It's not like you're missing out on life. We've all had plenty of chips. I don't know about you, but I've had enough popcorn to last me an entire lifetime, like times 10. I could bury myself in popcorn. I've eaten so much popcorn, it's just ridiculous. So I'm not missing out on anything. I've already enjoyed way too much of these higher carb foods. It's time for me to move on. You agree? I know some of this advice today, we're going to go through 8 of them. Some of it might be hard to hear, but avoiding high carb meals, avoiding like mistakes like not counting or overinflating how much your portion size is. Those are things that you can control and will help you to have more energy, right? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. You know it. And in fact, these are the tips that helped me lose 140 pounds. Tell me, have you cheated? Have you been down that road before and then you felt like crap? Have you? And then you get tired and then you get frustrated and that could lead to some of this exhaustion that you're feeling, that sugar withdrawal, right? It does have a metabolic effect, an emotional effect, and just sucks the wind out of you. So tell me in the comments what your experience has been so far with exhaustion and why you think it's happening. And while you're commenting, I'm going to spin the wheel. So that way we can give away a prize today, because I love to give away prizes. It makes this whole thing a little bit more fun. Oh, so we're going to have, let's just go one more. I think it landed here on a Dirty Lazy Keto pot holder. I love these. These are so cute. I haven't given one of these away in a while, so I'm going to hold it up here. This is an oven mitt, silicone. It's very high-end, very fancy. It really is. It's excellent quality, and it says Dirty Lazy Keto. I'll give away one of these, maybe 2, maybe 3, to somebody who's listening right now, next week, next month. You never know. So participate. The more you comment, the more you get involved in this discussion, the more likely you are to win a prize. And that's true for all of my videos, no matter where you're listening and how you're listening. Isn't that fun? So that's number 1 and 2. We got 8, so I got to keep going. Are you commenting? I hope so. Ask questions too. Share. Number 3, you guys, if you are working on avoiding exhaustion, you don't want to feel so tired, and you want that energy. A lot of us are like, okay, I know the solution. I don't want to be tired. A lot of us are just going to go right to the sugar-free energy drinks. Anyone out there? Here's a sugar-free Monster, a Zero Monster I've got in my hand. Are any of you fans of the sugar-free energy drinks? Anyone have a favorite one to share? Rockstar, perhaps? I used to love Bang, cotton candy. And suddenly they're gone. I don't know what happened. But these are certainly an option for you, right? You're allowed to have them. In my opinion, this is dirty keto. So I enjoy sugar-free caffeinated beverages of my choice, just like I might reach for some kind of if I'm very tired, I need a little pick-me-up. I might even just get myself a cup of coffee. I know, isn't that cute? It has the No Time to Cook cookbook on it. So cup of coffee, you can have caffeinated soda, drinks. All these things are totally okay on the keto diet. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The trick is, however, if you're still having these once in a while and you're still feeling exhausted more than a normal everyday average type of up and down. You know what I mean? Like everyone feels tired at some point. But if you're feeling super duper tired and having a little pick me up like this isn't doing the trick for you once in a while, you might need to take a look at how your water and electrolyte balance is playing into this. Are you drinking so much of these delicious, sugar-free energy drinks or coffees? Are you drinking so many of these? There are so many choices out there, hot or cold. Are you drinking so many of these that you're not restoring yourself with enough water and electrolytes? Because that could be part of why you're feeling so tired. I mean, you can just go downhill if you don't have enough water in your system to account or set off some of these alcoholic drinks that you might have or sugar-free beverages you might have. Sometimes we have them combined, like this one here. This is a triple shot energy, 0 sugar Starbucks drink. Oh my gosh, I just found this at the store and I can't wait to try it. We're going to have to investigate what's going on in the label. But rest assured, if I was to have a drink like this, I need to increase the amount of water I have this day. Because I have to restore my electrolytes. I have to add those electrolytes in when I'm having my water for the day to make sure that I'm not all off kilter. Because if you're in ketosis, you are burning water like crazy. Now, I have a whole video on that, so I'll link that up next. So if you need help with water intake and electrolyte balance, look for that video. We'll play that right after this. The video is called Stop Leg Cramps on Keto. And do number 4. Here's another reason why you might be feeling exhausted. We're trying to, unearth the problem here. What's the challenge? What's going on with you? Number 4, I want to talk about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is number 4. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying you should do it. Intermittent fasting is a completely optional part of the keto lifestyle. Now, if you're using the clock to tell you what time to eat and what time not to eat, and then you're not eating maybe enough, you might be feeling tired. Or if you're not eating very often because of your schedule, you might be feeling exhausted. It might be a simple tweak. If you are following intermittent fasting schedule, a simple tweak that you do could change everything where you have more energy, you're not feeling exhausted. It could change your whole outlook on life. So it could just be number 4. You might need a little tweak to your system. Maybe more food. Maybe you need to increase the amount of food. That's a good reason. Or maybe increase the frequency. Could that be? Or maybe decrease the amount of food and then have it more often. Does that make sense? And with all of these suggestions, if you have a tip or a strategy on how someone here in our keto group could do better with intermittent fasting, with maintaining portion control, with monitoring how many carbs they eat, put that tip in the comments. That is going to be so helpful. It might change a whole world for somebody who's struggling with feeling exhausted and tired. Will you do that for me? I appreciate it. Now, number 5. These are all strategies that we can do. Number 5, my strategy is, did you expect that? I wasn't sure if it would go, but number 5, my suggestion for you is to light a fire. I have my very, very giant matchstick here lit. But the reason why I want to suggest to you, hopefully the fire alarm doesn't go off. But number 5, my suggestion is for you to light a fire under your little, because I want you to get up and get moving, okay? Getting up and getting moving might be exactly what you need to avoid feelings of exhaustion or feeling tired. Just getting moving. That could be it. Now, have you heard this expression? Sitting is the new smoking. Have you ever heard that? I'll hold up my little laminated card that I have on my desk. Sitting is the new smoking. I made this for myself because it is a reminder to me to get my little booty off the couch, to get out from, if I'm sitting at my desk, get out from beyond my desk and to get up and just start moving. I don't have to go run a marathon, which I've done 12. Thank you very much. But you don't have to, go to an aerobics class. You don't have to necessarily jump, start cleaning leaves off the roof. But you do want to light a fire under you and get yourself moving, get off the couch and get going. Now, you're thinking to yourself, maybe, you're like, wait a minute, I'm feeling tired. Why is she telling me to get moving if I'm tired? Well, here's the weird thing about when you're feeling tired. And this is Newton's law. This is one of my favorite mottos as well, just like sitting is the new smoking. One of my favorite mottos or theories on life is from Newton's law about an object that stays at rest tends to stay at rest. I'm probably not quoting him right, but an object at rest is just going to stay at rest. But if an object is in motion, what is the tendency? It is going to stay in motion. So if you get yourself up off the couch, if you get yourself moving, especially if you do it first thing in the morning, capitalize on that burst of energy when you're fresh and alert. If you get yourself going first thing in the morning, you get yourself moving, more than likely you are going to be more active all day long. And one of the greatest ironies about exercise and the keto diet and lifestyle exercise, no one wants to hear this, but here's the truth. The more active you are, the more energy you get. So even if you're tired and you don't feel like it, you're so tired, I just want to sit here. I get it. I'm that way too. I understand. We all go through those times. But if you get up and you get yourself moving and you get busy, you are going to find yourself not feeling exhausted, having more energy, and feeling better about yourself. That is one of my greatest surprises in my keto journey, was learning that. Does that surprise you? Let me know in the comments which one of these strategies is connecting with you or motivating you or making you go, yeah, I kind of knew that. Let me know in the comments. Now, number 6, we're almost at 8. Number 6 is the opposite of staying busy. And you're like, wait a minute, she just told me to get busy. I know. I'm all over the place, but one of these strategies is going to make sense to you for your unique situation about fighting this exhaustion that you might be experiencing once in a while or regularly. But number 6 is for you to take a rest. You're like, what is she talking about? Here I got my Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook pillow. So if you are feeling exhausted, maybe number 6 might be the answer. And I'm going to roll up on my really cool blanket. You got to see this. It is a tortilla blanket. Thank you. It's funny, right? Got this for my son for Christmas. Here I am. But seriously, I bet you didn't expect number 6 to be to rest if you're feeling exhausted. But if you have spent years, like I did when I was a heavier person, always reaching for high carb food, when I was tired, always reaching for coffee, always reaching for something to energize me, I didn't listen to my body and I learned to ignore. I don't know if you learned to ignore, but I just ignored all of my body screaming messages at me when I was tired. I would just ignore them. And I still struggle with this today. When I'm tired, I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I better get busy. I better monitor my portion control. Am I eating too many carbs? Am I having too much caffeine? Are my electrolytes not balanced? I start going down this whole path, and sometimes I forget about number 6, which is kind of a cool one if you kind of think about it. And number 6 is really to just slow down and listen to your body. And if you're really tired and you're exhausted, you might just need to rest. That one's hard for me. Is it hard for you? Seriously, don't laugh. It might be probably the hardest one here for me to do. The whole concept of, I love this shirt too. The whole concept of self-care and listening to the body signals is hard for me. It is a big challenge. I was recently on a cruise. I think I shared about that in my last episode, if you tuned in. I was recently on a big vacation and I went on. It was crazy. I'm like, going here, going there. I was looking at my steps at night. I was up in the 25,000s on a regular basis. That is ridiculous for me. That is really high. Climbing stairs, climbing this, climbing that, going every single day, not necessarily getting a good night's sleep, burning the candle at both ends, so to speak, wanting to see it all. And I was a big loser in terms of self-care because I was really tired. I really just needed a day off. And I didn't listen to my body. And guess what happened? Can you guess? I'll grab my giant Kleenex box. Because all of a sudden I was sick. I was like, oh. My body forced me to slow down and stop. I felt exhausted. And then it got 100 times worse. Maybe if I just listened to myself and done a little self-care, I could have avoided that whole situation. But no, I ended up with a sinus infection and feeling tired and then kind of missed out on the last couple of days of my trip. Bummer. So I don't want that to happen to you. Learn to listen to your body's cues and respect your body. It's trying to talk to you. That's a hard one for me. Which one's hardest for you so far? Those were 6. I gave you 6 so far, and I've got 8. So I've got a couple more. Let me know on a similar note to self-care. This could be something that's really struggling. Really could be a struggle for a lot of you. Let me know if this one is. Part of self-care, I believe, is to nourish your body. And that means choosing foods that are really going to provide you with energy and nutrition. You're like, girl, she's dirty, lazy keto. What's she talking about? Okay, stay with me here. But number 7 is I encourage you to eat more real food. Challenge yourself. Eat more real food. For example, broccoli. More foods like broccoli. More foods that are real food, as opposed to perhaps pepperoni. Now, both of these are keto-licious, right? These are both keto-approved, keto-friendly foods. But I feel like if you were struggling with feeling tired, your body might be trying to tell you it needs more like actual food and less of the packaged like processed foods, convenience foods. You know what I mean? I believe, this has been my experience anyway, that here comes my hat, the special hat that starts with a P. But I really believe that our digestive health has a lot to do with our energy level. So if your body's all like full of, delicious Quest chips and keto cookies and processed pepperoni, all of which I will enjoy on a as needed basis. But if you're eating so much of that and maybe not enough of the water and the other type of stuff, your whole body might be telling you, little much? Okay, I'll stop there. But I don't want you to feel less energy simply because you could just add a few more real foods or a little bit more balance to your life in terms of nutritiousness, right? Nutritiousness. We'll go with that. So interpret that how you may, but I really do believe more digestive attention could be an answer to helping you get more energy and feeling less tired. It's a lot of work for your body to fight through pepperoni. Now, number 8. Here is another idea for you to get energized on keto. Here it is. This is fun for me. I used to be a teacher, so that's why I'm goofy with all my little props and, bells. My talking pickle. We'll do that after. But seriously, that's why I'm always doing the gold stars and doing the noises, because I want to keep your attention, make this fun. Number 8, and I talk about this a lot in Extra Easy Keto. In fact, it's the whole last day, the whole last chapter, right? We're talking about how to do this and make it happen. And that is about getting energized with yourself and about celebrating every little step. And you have to figure out a way you can get a reward in front of you, perhaps, a way that you can celebrate all that you've accomplished and continue to celebrate with positive self-talk, with rewards, with activities. Your keto transformation has as much to do with the inside as it does the outside. And I feel like a lot of people miss that part. And I know I certainly was surprised at the importance of keeping my energy up, keeping my spirits up by celebrating every little step of the way. Every little step. I mean everything. Every single thing you do that is putting you in the right direction, like saying no to popcorn at the movie theater. That's huge. That's worthy of like a lifetime celebration with fireworks. At least it was for me. So what are you doing to stay energized in terms of staying positive and emotionally? What are you doing in that area? Because I feel like this could be an opportunity for you. I put together these fun certificates on my website. They're free, where you can document your keto transformation in terms of increments of how much weight you've lost. 25 pounds, 50 pounds. You can personalize this. 75 pounds. You can print these out. You can frame them, put them on your fridge. 100 pounds. You're in Wonderland. I mean, how fun is this? And I even have little badges you can put on your social media. They're all there for free. And so if you want to go to the website, it is on my website, dirtylazyketo.com/celebrate-keto-weight-loss. So lots of dashes. So that was dirtylazyketo.com keto-weight-loss. That's where you're going to find those free certificates. So I hope you'll check it out. Now, what else do you have? Do you have another idea of how you can celebrate? What have you done? Like a pedicure? Have you gone shopping for some new clothes? Have you let yourself read a book or ordered something like new cookware? Maybe a piece of jewelry? Let me know what you've done. Share it with the group because it's super motivating to hear what people are doing to celebrate and stay positive and get energized on the keto diet emotionally and physically. So I hope that you're participating and taking a risk. I know it's scary to type in the comments, but it really helps everybody. So remember, you guys, you can do this. Take a deep breath. I'll even get the pickle out in a minute. You can do this. You can get into ketosis. You can lose weight. It doesn't have to be so complicated. This DLK lifestyle, it's doable for everyone. It's doable for everyone. In fact, it can be extra easy. Extra easy. Seriously, it can be so simple. And when you get it, you go, oh yeah, why didn't I do this a long time ago? That is the number one thing people say to me once they get it. They're like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Why? Oh my gosh, I wasted decades, years of my life fighting myself for what? Like ice cream? This is so much better, and I'm so happy, and I'm so healthy, and they see those rewards, and they just can't wait to tell more people. So please know that this dirty, lazy keto lifestyle, it's doable for everyone. It's doable for you. You get a gold star for being here today. I'm here to help you. Remember, you can stay tuned for that next video. Do you remember what it was? Do you remember? It was how to stop leg cramps on keto, talking about dehydration and balancing electrolytes. So thank you for watching and listening to this video today about how to get energized. I'm getting my pickle out. Oh, no. It's happening. Oh, and they're singing and yodeling. Thank you so much for watching and listening to you guys. Thank you for watching and listening and participating. It's so fun to get energized on keto. So I believe in you. Give yourself a huge round of applause. Do it, do it, do it. You can do it. You can do it. Isn't that funny? Come on. You know it's a little funny.